Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So today, I'm going over the Georgia special election between Republican Kelly Loeffler and Democrat Ralph Warnock. So, as I did in the other Georgia video, I'll also first show the presidential race between Joe Biden and President Trump. Very, very close. Recounts and lawsuits are still going on. However, Joe Biden is projected to win Georgia at this time. Wow, that sounds really weird to say. But yeah, Georgia's projected to go to Joe Biden. So this was the result of the presidential race. The Senate race, Ralph Warnock gained 32.9% of the vote to Kelly Loeffler's 25.9%. You might remember that Republican Representative Doug Collins decided to challenge Kelly Loeffler, and Doug Collins received about 20% of the vote or so. So that's why that her numbers are so low. Also, Ralph Warnock did have several Democrats running against him as well. So that's why his vote totals are lower as well. However, both of the two candidates, Warnock and Loeffler, did perform relatively well. And I think Ralph Warnock definitely looked like he was the big winner in the runoff in the first election, if you will. That Warnock has run a very good campaign so far, and he was able to win in the runoff to advance to the runoff. So, incumbent Senator Kelly Loeffler, she's the incumbent U.S. Senator. She was appointed to fill the seat of retiring Senator Johnny Isaacson, I believe his name is, or John Isaacson. And yeah, she won enough votes to advance to the runoff election. And now we have Democrat Ralph Warnock. He is the senior pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church. This is actually his first political run, and he's done pretty good so far, I must say. And he has won enough votes to advance to the runoff election, as I mentioned. Kelly Loeffler approval rating. As I mentioned in the Georgia video, we don't really have any new polling information except for Remington Research. So this is really all I have to go off of right now. I'm sure in the coming days, after I release the videos, we'll have some new polls that totally contradict whatever I just said. So it kind of seems to happen that way. So anyway, Kelly Loeffler's approval rating 46%, disapproved 44%. This is up substantially from when COVID began. Her approval rating was much lower. Ralph Warnock, however, approval 49%, disapproved 38%. This is very good news for Ralph Warnock. He is much more well approved of than Kelly Loeffler is. And the most important thing is he's disapproved of a lot more than she is as well. So that's good for Ralph Warnock. The 2020 special election Senate race fundraising, the numbers we have. As I mentioned in the previous video, this is as of October 14th, so we don't really have any new information yet, but I'm sure that'll be coming out soon. Ralph Warnock raised $21.7 million. He spent $16.2 million, so he has $5.5 million left to spend. Kelly Loeffler is $28.2 million. She spent $22.2 million, so she has $5.9 million roughly left to spend. And both the Republican National Committee is piling in $20 million into these two Senate races. So expect Loeffler's contributions and money to go up. I'm sure Ralph Warnock's will as well from a lot of Democratic donors in the DNC as well, I'm sure. So the only polling data we have right now is the Remington Research poll. As I mentioned, Kelly Loeffler has a lead of 49% to Ralph Warnock 48%. This is going to be very, very close. I think this is probably the closest of the two races, but this is very, very close. My personal assessment of this race, the election results showed that it's going to be very, very close. Loeffler and Warnock both got less votes because of the open primaries I mentioned. Both of them will definitely get more votes than they got before in the runoff. Kelly Loeffler was very unpopular a few months ago, but she seemed to rebound in the polls. And she rebounded so much that Doug Collins actually had Doug Collins winning the general election at the time, getting more votes than Loeffler. But her popularity has seemed to rebound for some reason. And yeah, now she's here. Ralph Warnock has proven to be one of the most effective Democrats running in Georgia. I would put it being Stacey Abrams, and then Ralph Warnock and John Ossoff are like three of the best Democratic candidates Democrats seem to be running in Georgia. The early polling shows this is a very, very, very close race, a dead heat, meaning that I think this is pretty much a toss-up, 50-50, could go either way. I think the David Perdue versus John Ossoff Senate race, honestly, how that's going could be an indicator of how this is going. What I mean by that is if David Perdue is winning by a lot, that means I think that Kelly Loeffler will probably win. But if John Ossoff is running very, very close and even wins, I expect Ralph Warnock to win as well, but it's going to be interesting. We're going to have to wait and see. This is very, very close. So my prediction for this race, I have Kelly Loeffler pulling out a win over Ralph Warnock by the skin of her teeth, winning with 50.2% of the vote to Warnock's 49.8%. Winning by 20,000 votes. This will undoubtedly go to a recount. I'm sure there will be lawsuits filed on this race as well. This is going to be very, very close. Ralph Warnock's a very popular Democratic candidate, and I think Kelly Loeffler will be able to win, but this is going to be very, very close, and I cannot understate that enough, how tight this race really is. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. Leave a comment below telling me what you thought of it and who you think is going to win. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and tap the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. I'd really appreciate it, you helping me out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.